Hi, this is Adam, Small Town Machine Shop. In today's video, and maybe probably tomorrow's or Tuesdays or whatever, we're doing some electrical upgrades to the Solberga drill press. Now this is probably my favorite drill press. It's a Solberga 1235. And someone has monkeyed with it. They took the gearbox off the top, the high-low range, and they put a 5-horse motor instead of the original 3. So we're not lacking for torque, which actually kind of scares me. So if you're gonna punch really serious holes, get this style of drill press. It's super rigid. It's on dovetails all the way. Nice table on it. And you can punch big holes, and this thing doesn't complain at all. But since it's missing the gearbox and it's overmotored, this is a perfect candidate where a VFD can really make this like a whole other machine. So there's the power feeds and all that. So we're going to hook this up to the VFD. There's going to be a forward and reverse. So that'll be another benefit, is we'll be able to spin in reverse. Emergency stop and the frequency thing. And that'll really turn this into a whole nother machine. And I love this thing. I mean, I got the big radial arm drill, but this is usually my go-to. So I'm going to replace the original breaker. It had one of these starters in it. Good quality starter. But since I'm hooking it to the VFD, the inrush amps of the 5-horse motor are too much for it. So we're going to put this disconnect in place of that. And I will not be using the disconnect as an on and off switch. It's mostly there because I have kids in my shop now. My shop's attached to my house. On the off chance they're in here working, or because they're starting to learn the processes, I can flip that down so there's no way to turn the machine on, unless you know that. Also, if it's other machines are running, because this will just have the switches, there would be power going all through it when the VFD is running. I don't necessarily want that. So it's not going to be used like a light switch. It's not going to be turned on 100 times a day. And I have a ton of these. So when this one starts getting wore out, I'll throw another one. This is rated for 10 horse. Well, actually, I have some of the little light switch ones too. I'll probably integrate later. So today we'll mount this, and then we'll get rid of this from the original contactor, and we'll find some metal and see what it's going to take to get it going. But let's get started. Okay, we'll start taking this box off. Try not to be in your way. It's not anything super exciting. Now, the shop right now is going through like its biggest overhaul in years. So like all the machines are getting worked on. I mean, they're functional. I'm knocking out those to-do lists that we make for ourselves in our shops. Sorry, wait for a second. I'm knocking all those out. So this is to try to make everything as efficient as I can for my work in here. And it's been a very positive experience. Every day I come out here with the mentality of moving, besides all the other work I do, every day is just one step closer. And when you have a lot to do, that's how you face it. It all looks really daunting in the beginning, but that's, like the eating the elephant thing, a bite at a time. So the first thing I do when I get here after everything else is I go, what can I knock out? And it's the very first thing I do. And that has been very good strategy for me. Also, doing the videos for YouTube is very motivating as well. So this is going up to the head, up there. So do this here. that just popped out. I loosened it. Get this last screw. This box out here. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things going on in the shop, and I'm really excited for this year's videos. We're gonna do some cool things. Okay. This is the stuff from the plug, and obviously it is unplugged. So, you know, that's step one of electrical there. So now, we got that guy off, and let's see what it's gonna take. To mount this guy in its place, and I actually think I can use the same holes because I used the Nether Eaton box. It had the same rating, so maybe we'll get lucky. So I'm gonna be in your way there. Well, not super lucky, but at least the top middle one will work. So let me get some punches and stuff. I'll hang the box from the top there, and we'll punch it, and we'll drill and tap. This casting is solid. We'll tap in there and get that box mounted. Okay, with the box securely installed. So now, set you up the tripod. Excuse me. Remove this. Probably remove this plate. Button that up there, and then see about putting in our switches. I'll bring you back. Okay, next step is to remove this box. Take the cover off it. I looked around through my scrap pile, and I have some aluminum I could use. I was kind of saving that for another project. So we'll take a look after this, and I might have to make a scrapyard run tomorrow. And the head is in a generally lower position than this. It's just I have it raised up for so I set stuff on the table, pretty much. Okay. And voila, that is off. These, I think, are just threaded. There were two existing holes, I think, as I recall. So let me get these out, since we will not be reusing that plate. Oh yeah, that's where the original switch is. It had a really weird drum switch on it that was broken when I got it. It's a very specific switch too. So let me take you out here real quick. Okay. So that's what we have to deal with. I want to put the switches out. They'll be like out right here. Not in the way of the handle, so they'll be up a little bit. Might even come out with them a bit. Let me go show you the switches I'm putting in. So here's the switches I'll be putting on it. These are cheapies. And once I decide if I like that setup or not, I've already ordered some of the stop-start ones that have the big metal button and stuff on them. But all the dimensions for the through holes are the same. So this will be our forward and reverse switch. This is our potentiometer. Now be our emergency one. That one's got a twist like that. So that's what we're going to try to put on there. Take you back over here. So that's as far as we're going to get today. I did have got a bunch of stainless laying around. Saving that for a project. So I'll get a piece of aluminum tomorrow. And we should get everything mounted up, and then I'll show you the wiring on it. And get this thing a pretty massive upgrade. It's very cool. This is Adam from Small Town Machine Shop. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.